Kuwait announced plans to translate 100,000 copies of the Quran into Swedish and distribute it to the Nordic country in response to the latest Quran burning incident in Stockholm that angered the Muslim world. Melchezedek Cadiz reports.
Assalamualaikum. Kuwait is underway to print thousands of copies of the Quran in Kuwait and send them to Sweden. At least 100,000 copies will be translated into Swedish and distributed to the Nordic country in a move described by Kuwaiti Prime Minister Sheikh Ahmad Nawaf Al-Hamad Al-Sabah as an effort of educating the Swedish people on Islamic values of coexistence. Tensions centered on Quran soared anew after Salwan Momika, a 37-year-old Iraqi Christian who have sought asylum in Sweden on religious grounds, desecrated the holy book by kicking and burning some of its pages outside the Stockholm Central Mosque on the 28th of June. The stunt, performed on Eid al-Adha, one of the most important festivals on the Islamic calendar, enraged Muslims worldwide. Meanwhile, the United Nations Human Rights Council adopted a resolution on Wednesday condemning the burning of the holy book as an act of religious hatred. A total of 28 countries voted in favor of the resolution, including India and China, while 12 voted against it and 7 abstained. The United States and several European nations voted against the resolution and argued it contradicted their perspective on human rights and freedom of expression. Barakallahu jami'an. Kanahada Melchezedek Cadiz sa Akhbar SMNI, Kuwait.
Chinese cars enjoy rising popularity in the United Arab Emirates in recent months. Jonathan Kobo files this report.
Marhaba! Several manufacturers of Chinese cars reported of record-breaking sales amid its growing demand in the UAE.
According to local motorists, they favor the value for money and extra features they get with Chinese manufacturers, such as Geely, BYD, and GAC. Chinese-owned MG was the fourth highest-selling brand in the UAE from January to March, while car company Geely, the Chinese auto brand, which acquired UAE-wide rights recently, also recorded an increase in sales. One resident in Dubai shared that he shared his BMW X5 in exchange for the Chinese-made GAC Trump Chi this year. The decision helped him save 500 dirhams on fuel each month and change his perspective that nobody could make better cars than the Germans. Another 32-year-old female resident who just bought the Auto 3 SUV from Chinese manufacturer BYD said she based her decision on the affordability of the vehicles and realized she could get the right value for money even for the fact she bought an electric vehicle.
Earlier this month, China's driving technology WeRide became the first company to be granted a national license to operate self-driving vehicles in the country.
Thailand's election body defended its decision to forward Thailand's front-runner Prime Minister's case to the Constitutional Court. Chatmokol Pisumay Goson reports.
The Election Commission insisted it has strictly followed the law when it presented Move Forward Party leader Pita Limjaroenrat's ineligibility case to the Constitutional Court earlier this week.
The election body made the remark after Pita complained of being unfairly treated by the election body without giving him a chance to defend himself. The Move Forward Party leader said he understands the intention of the law that bans politicians to use media as a political weapon, but argued that the ITV channel where he held thousands of shares inherited from his father ceased operating a long time ago and is not earning any revenue. The reformist candidate believes there are attempts to block their 8-party coalition from forming a new government through various tricks. Meanwhile, the Election Commission responded to the criticisms, stating it has strictly followed Section 82 of the Constitution, which authorized it to immediately forward the case to the Constitutional Court once the election body is convinced by the evidence that an MP status has become invalid due to a reason stated in the Constitution. It added that it hasn't rushed the investigation surrounding the case and that it is not in a position to make the final judgment. It can be remembered that Pita lost his bid to be officially elected as the next Prime Minister of Thailand after it did not secure enough votes during the parliament vote held on Thursday.
Amid the temporary setback, Pita said he won't give up while his Move Forward party will re-strategize to win the next round of voting for Premier in the parliament next week. รายงานจากกรุงเทพมหานคร นายชัดมงคลพิสมัยโกศล SMS ประเทศไทย สวัสดีครับ